We want to leave you with some other training resources so you can learn more. And essentially, one of our goals in this training was to help correctional industry professionals begin to see themselves as offender employment specialists, because the employment specialist model, in fact, sets up what we've been talking about in terms of this systems approach where we're working together. Can you quickly highlight what this offender employment specialist model is and how that gets us thinking about working together in collaboration?
Well, briefly, it looks at the pivotal relationship between the offender that's bringing the motivation for employment, the practitioner that's bringing the capacity to support this employment endeavor, and then the role of the employer to bring the capacity for employment. So we're looking at the collaborative relationship in balancing and supporting the offender in what they're doing.
And if correctional industries and workforce development people want to learn more about their role in this model where they see themselves as the practitioner, if they want to learn more about that role, NIC provides them a great resource that gives them all of the language of offender employment and workforce development and such. Talk a little bit about what's available in terms of the OES curriculum.
Well, you know, actually what's happening now, NCIA, will be providing the offender employment specialist training for their employees. And it's going to give some of the beginning of the knowledge, focusing on job skills, job attainment, job retention, and also the beginning of the collaboration model. And I'm happy to say that once they complete this initial training, they're going to move into the certification program. NIC sponsors an Offender Workforce Development Specialist certification program, which is 112 hours of class work. In addition, it also provides 28 hours of assignments, practicums. It leads to a certification, in fact, a dual certification, as an Offender Workforce Development Specialist and also a Global Career Development Facilitator. And I believe this is the first endeavor of this sort, and it's a national process to bring a team of 12 people that are connected with NCIA, bring them to the table, and go through this training. And I believe it's going to start spring of '09.
And so NCIA will be putting together a team.
Exactly.
And once that team completes, then some of those people can go out and expand that training.
Exactly.
Available.
The goal is just to get training and to roll it out to other practitioners with NCIA.
Now, this OES, that's where you have to be part of the team initially, but this OES training is available right now. You can call the NIC Information Center.
Exactly.
It's on DVDs. It has a manual. It's
yes.
Self-guided. You can do module by module. Talk a little bit about how they get a hold of it, how it works, and how versatile it is to learn more.
The NIC did a great job. We pretty much did the work for people. You know, we have a multi-DVD packet which would include the facilitator's guide, the participant's guidebook, the how-to in terms of facilitating a up to 3-day training. Okay, you can use it, facilitate it in its entirety, or which may be more effective is to assess your organization and decide, well, you know, maybe we're pretty good in identifying employment barriers. We need more support and collaboration. So it's very user-friendly.
I think it's a combination of 16 hours of presentation. You can take module by module, and then 16 hours of activities. It's got a facilitator guide, participant guide. You can walk through it, take it piece by piece, hour by hour. It's a great resource to have. Do we have time to quickly go over, at the end of OES, what are some of the competencies it identifies for people? If you're going to be an offender employment specialist or practitioner, what are some of the competencies?
For OES, it would be the job retention, job placement, and collaboration.
So it's a great 101 piece.
Yes, it is. It's, you know, actually, Catherine, it's the beginning of the knowledge. It's developing the common language specific to workforce development, and it leads to the certification program where we're going from basically theory to practice. So it's the beginning of the knowledge, if you think of it in terms of knowledge blocks, going from point A to point B.
Okay, and so it's really easy to obtain, and the way you do it is you call the NIC Information Center and you get a copy of the curriculum. It's as easy as that. Well, in a moment, we're going to take your phone calls, your faxes, and your emails in our final question and comment segment, but first we're going to hear some comments from the field, from a warden who talks about the best ways to help a correctional industries program succeed?
In my mind, the best way to effectively engage industries in your prison is to forget about who's in charge. I know who's the warden of the prison. I got the sign on my desk. The idea that somebody has to prove that they're in charge because, well, you have to do it my way or this way or whatever, doesn't apply, because the industries have a different agenda incorporated with the same things that are our agenda. For instance, they're worried about security. They're worried that the guys are safe. They're worried that the shop is secure, that the tools are taken care of, et cetera. They have these concerns. But they have an additional concern in that they have to create a product that can sell and that is a good quality product. So I need to stay out of that and be there as a resource person for them when they need things from the prison. In return, when I need something from them, which on occasion I do, we then have a kind of a quid pro quo. It's more like a business relationship in some sense and a partnership in a sense, and then the fact that we're all corrections employees in another sense.